Hey, welcome back. This is Planethead. Just flying around a bit. Oh, got somebody new in system. Um, Long story short, I am out in nullsec. I have made it out into Stain. Here it is in Dotland right here. Um, the last day or so, I didn't really change my ship a whole lot. Still flying around on my little magnet here. I'll be in here a little while. Ooh. Um, but I am out here checking a few things out. This is a big one right here. I'm going to jump right into it. So I've got my directional scanning out. Um, Currently, I am, let's just pull that back up here. There I am there. Currently, I'm in XFBET TAC-T. Um, just flying around checking things out. I'm going to do this for the next couple of days, most likely. Uh, I was able to outfit the ship a little bit with the same stuff. I've scanned in a few anomalies, did a relic and a data site, but mostly was working to get out into either one of the two nullsec systems um, that I wanted to check out. Stain was the first one. I'll go over that here in a little bit, but there are some active things going on right now that I thought I would bring up. So, in the system that I currently am at, I'm not going to go over the whole nullsec, everything that's involved with nullsec, except for the important points that are going on my screen right now. I've got my directional scanning up. If you notice here, there is a saber in my directional scanning. So what does that mean? Well, a saber is a interdictor's cruiser, or I think it's a cruiser, that can bubble itself. It can create bubbles. Um, that is the way that people are able to capture you out here or stop you from flying or lock you down so they can shoot you. So what I have done is yesterday while I was flying around these areas, um, I set up what were called save points. And if you notice down here, I've got my saved locations. I think if I remember correctly, I'm going to close that. This is an incredibly helpful little window down here. Normally, if you want to go to a safe spot, you have to right click and then you go locations, and then you go over here, safe spot, and then approach the location. So it's 4 clicks, and to see your sites, you have to pull that drop down. Here, if you have the window up, you can just see all of them at once, right click, warp to that spot. Now, somebody else just came in system. Okay, so now, just a heads up, we saw somebody else come in system. Somebody is now flying a Tengu out here. So I got a Saber and a Tengu sitting out here. Oop, and I got a combat scanning probe. So that is important. This might be a little bit fun. Within 100. Safe 2. Okay, warp 2s. So, what I saw there, so a little bit tough here. Um, okay, that's what I'm looking for. Warp within 100. So what I'm doing right now is I am creating some safe spots. The reason for that is I saw some combat probes that were out. And I'm making some spots to jump around in. Because there are now 3 ships in the area. And if they are trying to get to me, I'm trying to be a little bit careful with that. Sorry. I'm going to keep doing this until I feel comfortable to try to get away. So, good. So I don't see any more combat probes out. Got to keep this up and going. Okay, so a couple of things. So, I don't know if you saw it there briefly. There were some combat probes that were out. It's the only way that somebody can scan you down at a safe spot. So you want to keep your directional scanning up if you know that somebody else is in system. By hitting my hotkey, the V here, constantly, I'm looking to see if any combat probes show up on grid. If any of them do, let's say one combat probe shows up. Okay, then you know that somebody's using them. If then 2 show up, that means that maybe they're trying to scan you down. If more than 2, up to 8 start showing up, that means they're locking in on your location. Interesting. Okay, so those guys are gone. The succubus is gone. Now, my thought is when I first came into the system, you didn't see it. The Tengu here was here, so I think possibly the guys who were doing the combat probes were trying to get to this Tengu, but I'm not taking that for granted. The other thing about this system is that everything is very close together except for the sun. So I'm going to warp back to my location that I started at. And I'll show you. Cool. So from this location, I am within range, the 14.3 AU that go along with the directional scanning. I'll go ahead and move this up here. I don't need my NPC Corp hyperlink junk going on there. Long story short, all of these sites, all the gates and this station are all very close to within scannable range. What does that mean? If I pull up my probe here, 14.3 AU. So this is a very interesting system. We've got the sun in the middle here and only one orbital body that's going around it. And then everything that is involved is near that orbital body. You notice here I've set up my save spots. I'm going to go ahead and location. What is that one? That one is location 3. So I'll show you as I fly to location 3. So here is that. Saber is back in system. Warp to 100. You'll see my bubble, this big bubble that's here, will move. See how the bubble moves? So what I'm able to do is scan to see if there's any combat probes in this area. Good, good, good. Did you notice there that the saber came back up here? So there is still a slight chance that they're trying to snag me. They might be, I really think they might be going for this Tengu here. So while I've got a little bit of time, other things that you can do out here. Check out who's flying around. I've got Happy Cartel is there. That's me. Oh, so both of these guys are part of Happy Cartel. So maybe they were trying to kill me. Either that or the guy in the saber was trying to get them, but I don't see that happening. So now the question is there anybody on these gates? So I want to try to bust out of here. I want to try to see if I can sneak out. I'm going to go hide. I'm right here. Now, they may be guarding this spot right here. That's my first thought. If I try to go through this gate, they might be sitting on the other side. So what I can do is try to go over here and hide a little bit. So I just want to make it. Remember, I think it was last video I said time is money in this game. Ooh, wait, what is that? I got a stiletto now. Okay, stiletto's. The succubus is gone, but the stiletto is out there. Okay, so both of those guys are gone. So what I want to do is fake like I've logged off. This is my goal. I'm going to go to another system. That way, if their friend Krons hears is telling them that I'm neither there or not, if I go to the other system, it'll either be that I went to the other system or I logged off, but they might not be thinking that I went to the other system. So I'm going to go to DK6 and hopefully nobody is there. The only thing about DK6 is there is no station that I can dock up at. This station here I can dock up at, but while that saber was in system, it was a little bit scary because they could actually bubble up the station and that would lock me down. Okay, cool. Nobody in system? I've been here. I was here yesterday. Location, safe 1. This is the other kind of cool part about scouting these areas out. As I'm going through, I'm creating save spots. I saved a spot yesterday. You notice I instantaneously was like, boom, boom, gone. Now, who is that? I saw a Citadel was on the system, on the video, directional scanning, so it's always good to see who lives in an area. Go. So they're there. Thing that catches my eye with that. So I'm feeling a little bit more comfortable. I'm in my safe spot. Maybe I'll make a video later. I know I've made a video in the past of making save spots, but as I'm playing this, maybe the next time I play, I'll mess around a little bit. Let's see what we got in system here. Oh, let's check our time. Oh, we're about halfway through. Okay. Location, we're going to see if... So we got 2 cosmic sites. Again, this character is about a day and a half old. One thing that I did catch myself on the fitting, let me just show you here. I originally flew out here quickly and noticed that I still had the civilian relic and data analyzers on here. You have to have regular relic and data analyzers. You cannot use your civilian ones on there. They will not work on your regular sites. Second thing I've got going on here is I took my local and threw it right into the middle of the screen, right up top, what I'm flying out here. This is the first thing I want to know in every system that I jump into. I want to know how many people are there, and if anybody comes in at any point in time, um, uh, I want to see it. So while I'm scanning right now, I want to see if anybody comes in. So right now I'm feeling real comfortable. I'm in a safe spot. Last but not least, whenever I'm in a safe spot, I always want to get moving. I want to get started and going so that if somebody does somehow scan me down without me paying attention, I have that extra second or two because they're going to scan me down. They're going to have to warp in. Um, and there is a slight chance that they'll warp in at the old spot that I was at. And so I might have another second or two to align and get away. So, but nobody's here right now, so let's see what happens. Two things I'm looking for here, either a relic or data sites, or I'm looking for a wormhole out. So let's go ahead and pop this out to 8. We'll look at the different sites here. Good, don't click that. Good, we're going to pull it down just a little bit to make it pretty. I am just using regular core scanning probes, a regular magnet. Once I get to level 3 of my Amar frigate, I'll probably go out and upgrade the ship a little bit more. That'll be about 2 or 3 days. I think I got about 2.5 days left, maybe 3. But I was able to use the event skill booster to upgrade all of my scanning skills. So they are all maxed out except for the frigate level 3. So once I get there, I will be at the highest level skill base for scanning that an alpha character can be. Okay, so we got a wormhole. Now I'm not going to use it right away. I want to know if it's there or not, what it is. Okay. Some useful things when scanning, the double click. So there's 2 things that you can double click with when scanning. Okay, let's go ahead and so I'll show you here. First off, if I double click on the actual site, it will put it into the middle. And then if I click outside of the site, it will rotate 90 degrees. So it makes it a lot faster to actually line up your probes. Then double click, bring it up. See, now I'm right on top of it. The only other thing I have to do is throw out my probes. Okay. Double click on it, center it, flip it around, flip it around. Makes it so much easier. If you're trying to do this manually, it's such a pain. Okay, this is a little bit tougher one. I don't know if this is a level 4. Because of my skills right now and my ship setup, I might not be able to scan her down. Let me go a little bit farther. We'll find out soon. Okay, that's a little bit better. Oh, this is going to make me sad. This is a level 4 relic site. And I don't have the skills to actually get to it yet. I don't think. We're going to try and try our hardest because I can make a lot of ISK off of this one. Down to 0.25. This is the closest we can get. Now, there are some things that I can refine a little bit better. Yes, I'm only at 61%. If I had some sister core probe launchers or core probes, I could probably get to it. The other thing that you can do is zoom in as close as possible. Notice how I'm zooming in and out to get this on top of it. I'm still not going to be able to do it, but this is a good show of what you can do. And then if you hold down your control button, well, first I'll show you right now. If I analyze this where it's at now, center it. So I'm up to 72.5. Like I said, I'm probably not going to be able to scan this sucker down. I don't have the skills yet. But if I wanted to even try to get it closer, sometimes when you need that last 5% or so, you zoom in as much as you possibly can. I'm zoomed in as much as possible. And then I put my marker over the top of it. There we go. Now I'll zoom out just to show you. If I hold down the control button, now I can click over one of these arrows and bring all the bubbles in. I'm at 72.5. Let's see how close I can get. It's not going to do it. It's too bad. Got me up to 87.2. Oh, this is probably a site worth 15 to 50 million ISK. So in about 2-3 days, I'll be able to get to this, most likely, because I'll have some sister core probes. I'll also upgrade some of my scanning equipment, throw in a rig or two, and then last but not least, my frigate level will be up to level 3 or level 4. So I'll be able to close that gap and get to level 4 sites, but that makes me so sad that I'm not going to be able to get this sucker. But that is how you can scan, and now I'm not going to spend 50,000 years trying to move this around, trying to get that last 13%. I know I can't do it. So I'm cool with that. You're not supposed to be able to make $1 million off the first, well, you're supposed to be making $1 million off the first day. But it is a way that if, just to show you how lucrative it can be, the next time I'm able to get a level 4 relic and scan it down, I will show a video of that. How far are we at here? So we're at 23 minutes. So last but not least, just want to see where we're at. Still flying good. I'll pull up the map and show you. Oh, so the other thing I wanted to show was when jumping around from system to system. You've seen me use .lan right here. This is where I'm at right now. I'm going to hang out here, maybe even log off for an hour or two so people forget that I'm around. When I do come out, one thing you do with the maps, and this is where living in the game, like I like to call it, it's more interactive. And doing the 30-minute flight times, it makes you feel like you're playing versus just pointing and clicking. And so I know where I want to go by the map here. If I wanted to, I could pull up the site here. Notice here in the last 6 hours there was one pod kill, one ship kill right there. There's been a few jumps, but not a whole lot. I'm going to sneeze. Yeah, you needed to see that. And I'm not editing it out. Here we go. Just reload my core scanner so I don't lose them. The thing with that too is, make sure when you log out. I'm doing one thing I shouldn't be doing right now. I don't have any extra core probes on me. You want to have 2 sets of core probes on you, because if you do go into a wormhole and then you lose connection, there's a chance that you'll lose your core probes and you'll just be stuck in that wormhole and you have to self-destruct. But back to what I was talking about. Long story short, I can look to see how many people have been killed in the last 24 hours. But it doesn't tell the whole story. There's other things that you can do with Dotlan. In-game, with the in-game browser, I get a little bit scared when I'm doing this because I do the full screen because I want to see it all. But long story short, this is a lot of great information that you can find. This is a system that I was at, DKSW Tech 1. I have it filtered to show how many ships are currently docked. And if you scan out on the map here, it'll show you here. The higher the color, the more it means docked. Right here you can see what there are 1,400 ships, pilots docked in a station, all the way up here in Jeddah. That's in Jeddah. So you have 1,400 people just sitting in Jeddah not doing anything. The rest here, you can see here there's 5 pilots. So there's a huge difference between there. Over here, we've got 1 pilot. So, but the big thing here is you can change your filter. This is maybe the most important filter that you can choose from. It is average pilots in space over the last 30 minutes, and the other one is ships destroyed in the last hour. So I'm going to click on ships destroyed in the last hour. See how the map changed? And you can see here, no longer is Jeddah your hotspot. Your hotspot is Tama, right up. Let me just zoom in here. Hotspot is there. 54 ships have been destroyed in the last hour, right there in Tama. If you can see that there. There it is. Now, looking where I'm at, I'm down here. There we go. No ships have been destroyed in the last hour. None. Let's zoom out a little bit into Stain. Right here, there's been 1 ship destroyed. Over here, 4 ships destroyed. So this is helpful to find out if people are bubbling, trying to kill other people. Ooh, wow. 12 ships destroyed in the last hour in NRT4. NRT4 Tech U. So let's go see that it's 12 ships. It's interesting. We've got 1 ship, 12 ships right there. So there must have been a fight that went on, I'm assuming. Let's see here. NRT4. Let's go to the map. NRT4 is right here. So I came into this way. This is where all those guys died in the last hour. So I want to be careful in this area. I'm probably going to log off. I haven't eaten breakfast. And my 30 minutes is up. I'm going to play some more later on today. I probably won't videotape that unless something interesting pops up. But kind of fun today. Just living in space. I didn't make any money, but I had fun. And that's 30 minutes of fun from dodging a few people. It would have gone a little bit faster. I'm taking some time to show things that are going on. But that's about it. I am going to start. I did drop the playlist into the description. So if this is the first time you've watched this, I'm doing this on an episode basis, on a daily basis most times. So if you want to start from scratch, on the description of the videos, there will be a link for the playlist. But other than that, I hope everybody had a great holiday and are going to have a great holiday coming up here. Fly safe, fly dangerously, fly however the heck you want. This is Planethead. Have a good one. Alrighty. Bye bye. Well, maybe bye bye. I need to have this up. There we go. Now I can say bye.